To the gentleman and to the lady with us here, I have a simple question for you. What is this?
A flashlight.
A flashlight. Have you seen these before?
Yes.
What do you use them for?
Making light.
Making light. So if we turn this on, it's going to do what?
Make light.
It's going to make light. It's going to shine that light. And we need it where?
In the dark.
In the dark, right? If I'm using it right now, I mean, you can still see the light there, right? But I can see the light. But is it really making that much of a difference? What do you think? Could we make this any bigger, any better to make any difference? Well, we could make it dark. But you know what? I didn't think of that in advance. I mean, we could tell them to turn off all the lights. But do you really think that it would even be that dark in here, or that this would make that much of a difference? You think it would? No, not that much. I hear that as a challenge. Well, let's see if the ushers will turn off the lights and, make it dark. We'll see when it goes. You want? Okay, we'll see. We can ask. We can ask to see if the lights will go off. Mr. Kim, would you please turn off the lights? We'll see. What do you think? Well, now now it's getting darker here. Well, what do you think? Is this going to solve our problems of darkness? No, probably not. What we need to do is to find a way to kind of amplify the light, make it bigger, put it in different directions, right? We can turn the lights back on, I think, because we don't want to live in the dark for the whole rest of the service, right? In fact, that's kind of what we just heard, this grand kind of poetic introduction to John's gospel that talks about a light shining in the darkness, about a light that's amplified that helps us see God's love in the world. Now, for me, the question is, again, how do we amplify the light? How do we make it bigger? Because I can point this, I can even move it, but there's a certain point at which it's only going to be a small dot in a big room. What do you think? A magnifying glass? That could change how the light works. Yeah, go ahead. What other ways might we amplify, make that light bigger? Put it in different directions. What do you think? A mirror. I did happen to think about that. So like we got a mirror here. And if I take and shine the light in the mirror, the question is, where's it go? Oh, am I getting you with the light? It is. We can start going over there. We'll see who's paying attention right now. We'll see where that light goes. Maybe we can get it over to the piano, or actually we can get it over to the cross over there too. And that's also part of the story that we share, that as we heard in John's gospel, as we heard in that reading, the light came into the world and the light shines in the darkness. It helps us see God's love in the world, and we see it here on the cross. Maybe that's why you think we've got a light on the cross at all times too. But for me, the question really is, in this example, where do we fit? What are we? What are we supposed to be? Are we the light? What do you think? You think we're the mirror. I would agree. I think we are the mirror. In fact, if we hear again, a light shines in the darkness. That light isn't us. That light is Jesus. But what we are called to be as children of God is that mirror reflecting the light, shining that light into the different corners of this world where there is sadness and pain and things don't always go right for people. We're called to be that mirror and to share God's light and God's love with them. So I want you to think about that this week, because I'm thinking, do you guys look in a mirror that often? You ever look in a mirror before you go off to school? Sometimes maybe it's just get out of bed and get on the bus, right? But sometimes maybe you take a look in a mirror, and as you do that, fix the hair. I know as it gets thinner, you'll definitely look more in the mirror. Make sure it's in the right spot. But as you look in the mirror this week, I want you to remember that you are a mirror reflecting Christ's light to the world. You think you can do that? Thumbs up from one. Maybe more than just one thumbs up. Oh, that's a half a thumb there. I think we can all be. In fact, it's not just us here in the front, but everybody here can be that mirror reflecting God's light to the world. What do you think? Will you all participate in that this week? We got more thumbs up, see? All right. Thank you all for coming on up. You guys can head on back. And remember to be that mirror to the light of Christ this week.